What's going on YouTube? Maniac here. So today we're going to go over some DB replays of me playing Try My Blue Eyes against some meta decks. I'll show you a bunch of tricks and advanced tips that I use every day. So here we're going to be facing a normal summon Cupsy. So this could be either Yummy Sulfur Cord, or Yummy Mitsu. We have Purge, Fua, Imperm, as well as Roar and Load. Feeling really good about the double trap. The Fua I want to draw into some Blue Eyes Engine because here I cannot bridge. So hopefully this Fua resolves. We're going to go on Purge on the Cupsy. It's going to stop the Surprise Search, which is pretty nice. On Res, we're going to hit him with Fua. He's going to link off for Yummy Snatchy. We're going to get a draw. And then Effect. Here, this is the best spot to Imperm because he's not going to go for a full Herald line. So we don't have to keep Imperm for Herald because he's going to, give us a lot of draws. And there's no point in Imperming the Mitsu part anyways. So here, we stop the attack boost, stop the revive. Pretty good. Yeah, he's going to go for a Marshmallow effect, summon from hand. And then here we just don't have many interruptions. We're going to draw into an Ash Blossom. Remember, when you use Purge, you're locked out of Dark, Water, Fire, monster effects. So we can't Ash, unfortunately. But it's fine. We'll keep it for like a Murakumo discard, let's say. So Yummy Way is going to go through. Here, we're just baiting that we have something, but we're going to let it go through. And now our opponent shows us that he's playing Mitsuyami. So he's going to go Prayers to Tribute Aramasa. We're going to let this go through. Ideally, he's going to give us a draw here. He's going to go, yeah, Habakir to summon Saji Tribute Saji. We're going to go into draw into Ash, which is amazing draw here. So sorry, not Ash, Bell. Bell's going to be amazing here because we want to stop either Murakumo or Futsu to hit the field. So ideally here we want to stop the Futsu. So he's going to keep going, search Ritual summon from hand. So here when we want to interact, we're going to have to discard one. He's going to search Mirror, and then Mirror, it says or Graveyard. So we can Bell this, and he's going to make us discard the Ash. He's going to summon Lollipop, put back the Ash so we get a bad draw. Link it to Dynamondo and pass. So Dynamondo here is going to be able to revive Murakumo, which is a board wipe and a discard one, which hurts a lot. When we're playing Blue Eyes, the board wipe is pretty strong. And then if we activate anything, he's going to go Yummy Way to revive Snatchy and Cupsy. So he's going to get a search, so follow up, as well as his synchro plays. So like Book, Summon Cookie, Pop. So it's a lot of interruptions. So he's feeling pretty good here because we wasted 4 hand traps. And yeah, he's got like layered stuff. So here the how I'm gonna tackle this situation. It's pretty rough because we drew into Mausoleum and True Light, got 2 bricks in the hand, not feeling the best, but I'm still gonna try to break this. I'm gonna go normal summon Barrel, no effect, so that it doesn't trigger his Cupsy. He's gonna let this go through. There's no point in going Dynamondo to nuke here on just one monster. So here we're going to slap a Typhon on this right away. So this is going to actually turn off the Murakumo because Murakumo is over 3000 attack. And sure, we used Purge. So, we're locked out of dark monster effects. However, you can still summon Typhon. And then there's the continuous effect that still applies. So here, this is a really good play that I used to do a lot during the Raziel format as well. So this is a advanced trick that I'm showing you guys. So you can slap a Typhon and then keep playing with your Primite cards after that. You don't need to summon anything. That's why Blue Eyes is so good into like Heat Wave decks and stuff like that. Then here we're just gonna go Battle Phase, run over the Cupsy Yummy Way. So now, as long as he doesn't have in one of those 2 cards in his hand a Yummy starter, we're feeling pretty good because he has no follow up here. So we're going to run over it, we're going to activate Load, search Drill Beam, and then the trick here to make Drill Beam live is to go Mausoleum to dump the Blue Eyes, and then here our True Light's going to summon back to Blue Eyes, and then the Drill Beam's going to be alive. Feeling pretty good about this one. In end phase, he's going to go Dynamondo, summon back Murakumo, which is fine. It's just going to be able to run over Typhon. And then here, unfortunately for us, he top decked Cupsy Yummy. So really rough for us because we only have 1 interruption, and Cupsy Yummy plays through 2 interruptions because it will search Surprise. So even if I Drill Beam this, he's gonna be able to play in full Yummy combo and OTK me. It's fine. Unfortunate. We're still gonna attempt to win this one though. And how we're gonna do that is on res of placing the field spell, we're gonna go True Light, Summon Blue Eyes, and then Drill Beam the field spell. If he misplays, then I could win this, but he's pretty good. He knows about the quick spell third effect. He can bounce his own field spell. It's okay. We lost the first one. We still got 2 duels to go. So we're gonna open going first. Droll, Wishes, Purge, Dragon's Mind, and Blue Eyes. Feeling really good about the Wishes and Dragon's Mind. That's why I play Dragon's Mind, man. Discarding this card and setting it back for an Omni Negate is just absolutely amazing. And here, Purge and Droll contradict. So if he were to Ash the Wishes, I would actually even consider Normal Summon Droll to set up Dragon's Mind plus Purge, which is acceptable. We're gonna go Wishes. It's actually gonna resolve. And here, a lot of Blue Eyes players are gonna go and search Sage plus Roar, the actual correct safe play into anything that is not K9 is to search Maiden plus Roar. That way, if they draw you, you still set up Majesty plus Spirit, which is 3 interruptions. But if you're playing as K9 decks, you might want to grab a Sage plus Roar. That way you're able to play around Izuna better. So that's that. He's gonna actually draw us here, which, you know, completely fine. I really don't care. I can care less. Gonna go True Light, Roar, gonna go Maiden, and then we don't forget Wishes to set up the target protection. And then see how I put the Neo in the grave first when I synchro off. That way, you know, opponent will forget about it because, you know, it's buried in the graveyard. It comes up here and there. A lot of people, they just play into it. Gonna summon Spirit, and then here this is a play that, you know, makes everything safe, is you go to end phase. So you don't use True Light to set. A lot of Blue Eyes players, they do this. They go True Light effect to set in the main phase. It's actually more correct to go end phase and then use all your trap effects. So in the end phase, I'm going to go True Light effect to set. I'm going to go Dragon's Mind effect to set back. And then here I'm feeling really good. So I have an Omni, Spirit, Pop, and then Droll and Purge. In the draw phase, he's going to hit us with Fualos, which is wonderful. I'm feeling really nice about this Fualos. The idea is he top decked this, so he wants us to, when we tag out onto Ultimate, to give him a draw, which is a play that a lot of people do against Blue Eyes, but we have a counter play that I'm going to teach you guys right now. So you're going to let this Fualos resolve, thumbs up, completely fine. You're going to go to standby phase. In standby phase here, the first thing I want to set up is I want to keep this Dragon's Mind live at all times, because if he has Called By, he can Called By my Spirit, which is going to hurt a lot. So first we're going to go True Light to summon from the graveyard, essentially a Blue Eyes. That way we can answer Called By. And then here we're going to go Spirit to tag out into the Omni. The idea is we force feed him a draw to then droll him on the standby. So we're not even allowing any search at all, actually. We're putting him under Thunder Colossus, essentially, in other words. And we've got double Omni, Pop, Purge, so we essentially just win from here. So force feed him a draw, droll him, and then we just stop everything from here. Omni, Pop, Omni again, and he's going to surrender. I think the last 2 cards were 2 Habakiris, so he can use them under draw. So pretty good play, you know. Game 3. So now we clutch this one, we get the match win. Opened a pretty nasty hand, I'm not gonna lie. Droll, Super Poly, Load, Wishes, Delta. So Delta's gonna be here to answer Mitsurugi Ritual. Droll's gonna draw him out of all his searches, and then Super Poly's gonna break whatever's left of the board. And we got double Starters, which is super, super nice. Gonna go for a Cup C search. We're gonna actually draw him here, which is super nice. So cut off the Mitsu part. He's gonna set up a minimal Yummy board, so I'm just gonna, you know, let you guys watch. He's gonna go for Samsara into Herald. Herald, which is really good against Blue Eyes actually, because we can't even use Maiden. He's gonna pass his turn. So he's feeling really nice. We drilled him, but he still ends on like, I don't know how many interruptions this is, like probably like 4. Because you got the Field Spell to Pop, the Cookie Yummy Way to Book 2, and the Cookie, if you can set it up, to Pop 1, as well as a Herald Omni. He's feeling pretty nice, and we're also going to assume that he has a hand trap in hand. I always assume, you know, he's got 3 cards, probably a hand trap in there, maybe like a Droll or something. So here, I'm going to go main phase, and A golden rule when you play Blue Eyes, like always follow this rule. There's no exception for this rule. You know how earlier I said there was an exception for search Maiden Roar is when you're playing as K9 decks. This one, it's a golden rule. There's no exception. Always, 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 always start with your Primite cards first and then go with the Blue Eyes cards. So going first or going second, it doesn't matter. You always start Primite. So here, we're gonna go for a load. Grabber Drill Beam. He's gonna let this go through, I think, which is pretty correct, because if we search Drill Beam, you know, it's a bit weak. It means we have a brick in hand. We could go for Barrel, and then he could Herald the Barrel. That's like pretty solid. You could argue that he has a Herald here, but I think it's totally fine to let it go through. We can have something worse than load, you know. So here I'm doing a play because I forgot, this is my bad, I forgot that this card makes it so he cannot Droll me, because Droll has to send to grave. So I'm actually immune to Droll right now, but I'm still going to do the play because I was focused in the moment, I forgot about this. So the play here is you search a card, and then on resolution with turn player priority, you're actually going to go for Super Poly, and that way he cannot chainlink to Droll. And on resolution of Super Poly, the activation window of Droll and Lockbird is gone. So we're going to use this trick right now because I just forgot he couldn't use Droll. We're going to use these two for a Mud Dragon. And then here he's going to do a surprise. He's going to build back his board. We're going to go for a Mud Dragon called Earth. The idea behind calling Earth instead of calling Light is that when you normal summon Barrel, if you called Light on res, they're just going to go for the book 2, and they're going to book your Barrel, which then you cannot link for the link 1, which then you cannot extra normal summon for the Sage. So you always want to call Earth when you're going second with the Mud Dragon. It's the most correct play. Normal summon the Barrel. He's going to chain link 2. He's going to set up his draw, and then we're going to go for an SP. SP here is super nasty. We're going to out his field spell, and we're also checkmating the Snatchy, because if he goes to Synchro, we just tag it out. Feeling really good here. The only thing that would hurt is actually Ash Blossom, exactly Ash Blossom on Wishes. If he doesn't have it, we come back and we win this game. So we're going to go for Wishes, cross our fingers. It's going to go through. Search Roar, Search Maiden. It doesn't matter if he has Droll here. He probably has in his hand, but if he Drolls me, it doesn't matter. I'm not searching anymore. Yeah, here we're going to go for Roar, summon Blue Eyes. We actually sided out the second one to go second. So we're going to summon back the one in grave. Set up Tyrant, wipe the field. Fortunately, no traps in grave, but it's fine. We're going to force the Snatchy and then wipe his field. We're going to go main phase 2. True Light to summon back Blue Eyes. We're going to set up a Seals. And then load to summon back Blue Eyes. Maiden to come back. And set up a Spirit. So here we're feeling pretty good. We have SP to coming back. We have Seals to bounce. This is a Floodgate against Yami. Graven against Mitsu. He probably has a Mitsu card. You know, we drolled him and he drew one. Probably Mitsu starter in hand. Probably a hand trap. And then we got Drill Beam. So we're in pretty good position here, but we have to sequence properly. So here, in Senbai, I'm going to out this Snatchy. I don't want this Snatchy to stay on field because he can quick effect dodge my Drill Beam when I'm going to Drill Beam his Yummy monsters. So 100% we're outing this Snatchy right here, right now. Then we're going to go Seals, you know, get a Barrel. True Light to summon. Now Drill Beam is live because we control Vanilla. It's going to start with Marshmallow to summon, Marshmallow effect to add back. Immediately Drill Beaming that. I do not want this surprise back in his hand. I also want to out the body itself. So we're going to Drill Beam that, which is going to go through. He's going to go Habakiri, which is completely fine. Aramasa, Spirit Negate. Unres, tag out for the Omni. And then here he's facing an SP as well as an Omni Negate. And a pretty big board, like it's a wall, so he can't really OTK me. Got a targeting protection. And then we got the barrels coming back next turn. He's just gonna surrender right here because his last cards in hand are Habakiri already used, Futsu useless, Kusanagi useless, D-Barrier, which he probably drew, and Droll, which he wasn't able to use unfortunately. So here he's just gonna surrender, and we're gonna win this one. So that's for game one. Against Yamimitsu, I showed you guys four really important tricks. So just to, so that you remember, the trick number one was to use Super Poly to play around Droll. The trick number two was to force feed them a draw when they Fuelos you on the sixth card, and then you Droll them on the standby. The other trick we used was also to normal summon Barrel, no effect, slap a Typhon on it, out the field, and then play with our Primite cards. Which it almost worked, but he had the he had the Cupsy, to just play through. And the other trick is I told you guys to always start with the Primate cards. So that's it for this video. It's just like, you gotta understand how to sequence your thing properly. You can just beat these decks. I'm not a fan of Yamimitsu because, they play a lot of bricks. I think pure Yummy is just better, but a lot of people are playing this deck right now, so if this helped you guys to, learn a bit how to play against this, drop a like, and yeah, we'll go over Draco Tail for the next one.